If I get one more, I'm going to lose my True Strike, which you really don't want to do. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for War 2 of the season. Again, I was on vacation for this whole first week. I happen to know how it goes, though. Really pumped up to show you 3 fights. In every single fight, it's like the most ideal matchup possible, showing off some really cool parts of the kits of these champions. Some I just don't think people know about, especially with this Omega Sentinel and the Mole Man one we're going to get to. So now, we're coming up on this fight here against Kitty Pryde. This is a pretty tough fight, and I was DMing back and forth with my BG leader and then PWF. This is the Mystic Dispersion, meaning Kitty's gonna benefit from this. Anytime a buff expires, there's going to be this passive miss. I obviously don't want to miss. And then I think this was Power Snack, that's right. So I don't need to worry about Power Snack because Omega Sentinel cannot be nullified. But this is still a tough fight. It's going to be a larger health pool. And the other thing with Kitty, right, is that we don't want her gaining too much of her prowess. So what the strategy I came up with was, look, let's just put on our tracking and the cowardice with the Mega Sentinel. So I'm going to be doing my best to keep up what ultimately ends up being all 3 of her debuffs, but it's really those 2 that I'm concerned with. So we're off to a really nice start here with the medium. We've got our cowardice on, meaning Kitty cannot gain her prowess, right? Simple enough. But we have the global that we need to kind of take into consideration. Now, we're going to have this going on. I've got the tracking, so everything's good. Everything's great. You can see the miss failed. At this point, I'm feeling great. Now, I'm in a big hurry. I need to get to my nephew's wedding, but that's fine. This is going fine. They've done the map plan so that I can take this fight, and then I don't need to log in until the next morning. And right here, this is where I start making mistakes, right? I have the tracking on, but I totally forget about the rest of what I was supposed to be doing. I've made a mistake. I think Kitty's gonna throw a special right here. And there we go. No, it's gonna be coming up here. I have none of my debuffs on, so I'm not tracking her, nor am I keeping her from gaining cowardice. Right there, that is all Omega Sentinel. That's one of the things I love about her. She is so tanky with all of those armor ups, but then also, if you absolutely make a mistake like I did and get caught like that, she's going to save you with that auto block that took away all my armor up. So there's a price to be paid for it, but man, that is an insurance policy I am happy to have. It let me totally reset the fight. I've got the cowardice back up. Gonna land this SP2 because we're going against Kitty. She's a mutant. We have plenty of those plasmas up. Damage done, everyone good, all happy, soloed the fight. If I take that again, which I do, a different version, but going against Kitty in War 3, it goes significantly more smoothly, and I'll show you how that goes in War 3's video. But Omega Sentinel, you know, a lot of folks do not have her yet, which I totally get, I understand. She is fantastic. I don't think she's as flashy as some of these other champions, and so I think that might be part of why we're not seeing her quite as much. But she is amazing, and she's got some of those defensive tricks up her sleeve, let's call them like that, that'll keep you in it if you make a mistake or there's just so much going on in a fight and in war or battlegrounds. That's definitely going to be the case quite frequently. Now, okay, we're going into this fight here with Thing. I was given the option of bringing in Thing or Man Thing, and I decided to go with Thing because Thing also isn't really gaining any of these buffs. I didn't want to be playing into any Mystic Dispersion or anything like that. It was kind of fun to use Thing offensively and not just have them in there because of protection. I know that often happens, but I don't like playing that way. So this was really cool. So it's just a lot of parrying. Once I throw the specials, I'll get the those passive furies, and I wanted to get to the special 3. So I intentionally baited her special there to get her down. Her power down. I'm going to throw my SP3. I believe that makes me go unstoppable and unblockable. Look at how little damage we've taken. It's just really fun. I actually enjoyed using Thing, which I typically don't, but I enjoyed using them for this very specific fight. And then watch, we're hitting pretty hard here. Coming off of that SP3, we've got those nice furies, the fury off of it too, and just totally take that fight down. I avoided as much as I could getting, letting her land her bleeds on me because that's going to feed her some power. But again, I was never worried about that fight. He's just so fantastic for it. Now, this is the other thing I talked about. We're gonna go and Mole Man. I like using Mole Man, and part of what I like about him is that there's so much in his kit. He has so much to help you out. But I often get confused with him. I was actually even giving advice to a channel member recently because he took this exact same fight, and I was like, don't let your monster mass get to 10. If only I'd taken my own advice. So we've got the steady build up Unblockable, crumbling armor, right? So if we haven't landed a hit in 6 seconds, we're gonna get the armor break. You're gonna see me totally forget about that. There's also the heal block debuff, which you're going to again see me forget about. In fact, it's just gonna completely throw me off. Fortunately, I had presence of mind later in the fight to kind of save it. So I was already like, wait, why do I have monster mass? What is going on here? And that just really messed me up. The cool thing is we've already got 5 bleeds going. I threw that heavy. I should not have thrown that heavy. Those heavies give you 4 monster mass. I'm already now at 8, and because I'm trying to bait the special, I'm going to get the crumbling army, which I have. I'm now at 9. If I get 1 more, I'm going to lose my true strike, which you really don't want to do. I'm showing you it just happened. I've now gotten to 10. And the way you can get rid of this is by blocking an unblockable attack or blocking a heavy. I knew that if I attacked into spam, he would go unblockable. You see that, he hits me, I lose all of my monster mass. Now I just gotta wait like 2 seconds. I'm gonna get my true strike back. I was really proud of myself, happy that I had the presence of mind to get that done. You can see I'm still kind of like messing up here, but I knew I would be okay if I could just gather myself, intercept with an SP2 here, get this fight over. It doesn't matter that he's got all those porker poppers, or sorry, spider nonsense, because I now have my true strike. Was just really happy to finally get through that. And I learned that trick by watching Nerd's videos. He put out a really good video for War 1. I know he's not going to be doing quite as much voiceover and stuff for the rest of the season, but an excellent player. I learned so much from watching his videos. Thank you, Nerd. You saved me from almost a certain death there. Mole Man, so many tricks up his sleeve as he sits on Giganto Cutie's shoulder there. So if that ever happens to you, you know, you can block an unblockable or block the heavy, and that will cause you to lose all of your monster mass. And you might need to be spec'd into stand your ground. I'll make a note in the video here so you can know if you have to be spec'd into stand your ground or not. We did come up on the right side of this one. I think the war was pretty much decided by the time I had taken that fight, because I took it the next morning. We were already done with the map, and I think we were up by like 3 defender kills or something like that. So well played though to Made in Brazil, and congratulations, thank you to Ludum Taters, Bren, and Clanniest Clown, names I'm sure you've heard me say very, very frequently. And let's go ahead and take a look at the season stats. 1-1. Awesome, happy to do it. I already know how the next war goes. We're doing really well. 6 kills, 0 deaths. Again, I'm happy if I get 3 or if I get 10, I'm all good, just as long as I feel comfortable and confident doing it, and I'm being an asset to my BG. And in this one, you know, they asked me to take a couple tough fights. Really happy to do it and get that done, and then still be able to go to my nephew's wedding. I was extremely happy with that. 5 total champions. I forgot to put Thing on here, but Thing would be up there with 20% of my fights. 0 defender kills. My defense just not getting it done, but BMcG has been doing an amazing job placing our defense, and we are crushing it. Omega Sentinel is in there. I happen to know that she is going to figure prominently in the next war video. Going to take that kitty out even more smoothly than this last one you just saw. And got a couple other cool stuff too, and featuring Old Man Cable coming along. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope your season is going exceptionally well, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Take care.
I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.